Oh, go away. Right, Australia now. There you go. There you go. It's all happening. Okay. Hey there, good Preet. How are you, mate? Where are you? What part of the world are you in right now? Great. Good. India. How's things in India? Lynette. Yes. How are you? Good to see ya. Cast aber schon floaten. Hey, Carl. Oh, I've got a few people joining. Look at that. Oh, you're in Punjab. Hope it's all going as well as it can in India with the COVID, mate. Now, Lynette, you're how many grandchildren have you got now? Is it 6 or 7 or 8 or something? I don't know. Your kids just keep popping them out. Oh, funny. Anyway. Holiday. Okay, cool. Paco. Hola. How are ya? Just doing a bit of a test, mate. Just, streaming a bit of stuff here from the garage, from the shed, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, in India it's pretty hard. Yeah. I'm one on the way. Lynette, who else is having it? Is Cameron having another? Well, not Cameron. Is Jess having another one? Or your other son? Sorry, I can't remember his name. Paco. So good to hear from Paco. He's in Barcelona. So Paco is where Will, my son, stayed with his family. Very, very, very nice people. Oh, Melissa. Hasn't she got 2 already? She got 2? Claude, can you email it to me? Oh, Madonna. All right, hang on. Claude's joining. I'm just going to, just bear with me. Invite. Clipboard. Gmail. Let's see if this works. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ, Claude. Yes, you're calling me. Hang on. Paste. Let's see if that goes through. So I've lost my bloody Chrome. Where are you? Brett Philpott, how are you, mate? Okay, hang on, guys. I'm multitasking here at the moment. Hope you're doing all right, Brett. Back in you're still in central New South Wales? Where's that? You're in Gosford, around that area, right? And was someone from Croatia. That's Carl. Yeah. Thanks, Paco. Thanks, Paco. Yeah, I'm getting old, mate. All these grey hairs. Hey, Brett, we want to get you online one day. Have a chat. We want to reflect on a few of the old hockey comps, long jetty comps, and then a few picks though, actually. and what is and the Olympic team. Hang on, I'm getting all sorts of messages here going on. What else? Okay, cool.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
just going to put the background on.
Okay. Jump by.
All right. Bye.
All right. I go today back to Germany, 12,000. Hey, Carl, are you driving? Eddie, Carrie-Ann, yes. Hello, Eddie. Legend. The legend of roller hockey in Australia. Our man. I hope you're doing well, Eddie. You and Teresa, all my love, as always. Hope you're well, buddy. Guys, Claude Evans is going to join. Al might join. Jorge Miranda may join. We're going to have a chat about a couple of things. Here's Claude. I can see you. I can't hear.
Can you see me? Can you hear me now?
I got you now.
You can hear me now. How you going?
How are you, buddy? You're in your bedroom. I can see a bed in the background.
Yeah, I'm in the bedroom at the moment.
Hey, we've got a few people. Guess who's on there? We've got Eddie on there, Phil Pot, Lynette, Paco from Barcelona, Carl is in Croatia,
Yeah.
etc. Gurpreet from India, etc. Anyway, just good to have a bit of a yak. How you been, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just long day at work. Still have to go to work, you know. Yeah, and how about yourself? Working from home?
Yeah, this is the office. It's almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. Well, no, 18 months. It's 18 months in this place, in this office, in this garage. But it's cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
How many people are on?
I'm not sure at the moment, mate. Just hang on one tick. I'm going to see if it's time, 7 o'clock. Yeah, I think Al might join us a bit later. And Jorge might join us. But anyway, we'll see how we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if I can just change my background too. So how many people are watching live? Do we know? Do you know?
Yeah, I've got a stat there somewhere, mate. I don't know. It's a dozen people thereabouts. That's pretty cool.
That's all right. Hello to everyone that's watching. I don't know whether it's going to be whether it's any entertaining.
Oh, sorry, I'm just scrolling up and down.
Victorina Rodriguez, todo bem?
Hola, todo bem, Victorino. Nice.
Brett Philpotts.
Miss you, Victorino.
Yeah.
Victorino is one of those, let's call it legends of the sport, right? Spent a lot of time doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in
Portugal. How's things in Portugal, Victorino? Send us a couple of comments, mate. What's happening? Well, actually, I watched last week the Euros, under 19s and whatnot.
Yeah, 17s was on as well. Were they at the same time? Harley Nat.
Yeah. Now, Essay, Claude, I want to ask you about something for a second. Why is this coming up?
Am I freezing or you're freezing?
Am I freezing a little bit?
Yeah, you were a little bit. That's all right. All good.
Yeah, it's
so I don't know what's me. What have you done? What are you doing?
Can you see that? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, what's
the 1994? So you started hockey. You were playing hockey a bit before I was. I didn't really start playing until
94.
Actually, no, I was in 80.
No,
sorry.
that's 94.
Yeah, I started playing in the late 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Where was that? That was in
Where's Roller Durack? Is that Inala? What's just going through my old stuff?
Yeah, no, not me. I didn't go to that one. That was what?
94, 89, 94. That's in Queensland.
Yeah.
Durack. I don't remember Durack.
You might have been overseas at that time, Steve.
Yeah, I think you're right.
After 92, remember when we met up in Spain and then you
yeah. Lived in Switzerland for a couple of years.
Yeah, you went with I saw you there with was it Fernando? Or
Fernando.
Remember the twins from Carayabai? Were they twins or brothers?
Oh, yeah. That was in 92. I went to Spain. Yeah, 92.
Yeah, did you go with Fernando or who was the other one?
Carlos.
Sorry, I forgot their name. I mean, yeah. There's only two of them.
Yeah. Hey, Jorge's going to join us in a couple of minutes.
Oh,
we can hear what's going on in Queensland. Stafford,
Yeah.
Closing down, and what's the plans for next steps, etc.
Yeah,
that's probably putting the kids to bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Victorino's saying that he's stuck in Portugal. No flights.
Well, is that Victorino? Is that no flights back to Australia? It'll be Australia because I think in Europe everyone's moving around, right?
Yeah, you can fly within. You can fly within Europe. I mean, they just had the like you said before, like the junior, we'll call them the under 17s and the under 19s.
Yeah, that's true.
So and plus also in Italy. Was it Italy? It was Italy. They had the inline worlds for the ladies.
I know. And men's.
And men's, yeah. So world skate is up and about.
Yeah, I know. They're getting a lot of stuff going, which is good. I think, mate, this time next year, actually not this time next year, the first quarter this time next year, right?
So when is that?
April.
By April,
March, April next year, we'll be back, I reckon, in full swing. Not full swing, but a lot of swing.
A
lot of swing.
Yeah.
I think you sent me a video about a lot of swing the other day. But anyway, Timmy Myers, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, Victorino saying not to Australia.
Yeah.
Hey, Timmy.
I know you can't get to Oz, right? You just can't. It's just
probably you can, but it'll be just too expensive.
I know.
And you know what the flights are like, and when you it'll be just crazy expensive.
Yeah. Hey, Sandy might know the answer to this if you're on. Where's Durack? Roller Dome Durack. Or does anyone know?
Sandy Sherman.
Shermanator.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Terminator.
Shermanator. Yeah. Maybe she knows, but it's obviously in Brisbane. I think it might be Manila. Hey, but who's in that photo? That's
let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit.
Yeah, no, I know who it is. I should know his name straight away. He's going to be very angry because you know that we have a.
When I say I can't see, you've got the top.
Take it easy, mate. Take it easy. That's
in the cage.
No.
Wait a second. I did not hear who you said. I'm just saying who's in the cage.
That's Martinazzo.
I mean, I can't see it.
You can't see it. It's a bit too small.
Yeah,
it's Martinazzo.
Yeah. So it's Danielle.
Yeah.
Did he go to Anala?
Did he play? Was you there?
Was you there? Benny Weber.
Sandy said Duracell is another name in Anala. Duracell, Durack. Okay, Sandy, we get it. You got what's that? Autocorrect.
Okay.
Autocorrect. Duracell.
Yeah, well, there you go.
1994
Australian roller hockey clubs.
I think Chris Shah might have given me this copy, and it's actually a 3-page or a 4-page booklet. Was it? No. Sorry, it's not this one. It's another one. Back in the 80s, it was like 3 divisions, and it was like 20 or 30 teams. Senior teams. I can't remember where it is, but anyway.
I remember those. I think I was. I don't know. Was you there? Did you play? If I remember correctly, 92. I think it was the clubs in Townsville.
92. Yeah. That's when the Olympics.
Yeah. Before that, but I think we had 2 or 3. I mean, someone could probably that was there. If you were there, was you there? Let us know
Was you
whether
there?
or not there was. I know there was 2 divisions. I remember there was 2 divisions
Yeah.
as at minimum, and yeah, so maybe it would have been 20-something teams, maybe.
Nah, I was there. I don't think it was that many senior teams. But
No, well, there was.
Was it? Hey, I found this photo too the other day. I want to see if you remember it.
Keep it PG, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's PG. It's PG.
I know your photos.
Hang on.
What have you got? Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that's in Chile. That's Shifty. Yeah, Shifty. And there was a guy. Wait a second. Open the make it a bit bigger. There was yeah, that's right. See the guys on top of the on top of all the luggage.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Because we had the whole team in that van, right? We had the whole team in that van, and we had nowhere to put the luggage.
That's right.
2002. That's right. That's it. We said, how the hell are we going to get to the airport? Where's the second bus? All right.
He was like, no.
We're all standing around the edges, right? We're standing around the edges, and Chris is keep putting up the old mate up the top there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, mate, we're going to make this work, no problem. There's all
we
our
did
down the back there too, behind the.
We did. Remember in the good old faithful country. Remember when I said to you guys, just be careful when you're in the city. And remember when we saw those kids robbing everyone in the bus?
Hang on, Dave just said busted the dog. Remember that? So many feral dogs in
I know, they were everywhere.
Oh.
They were everywhere. And remember the all those coffee places.
Yeah, coffee places. Yeah, I remember the coffee places. Yeah, Buster the dog. That's a good one, Davo.
Yeah, good memory.
Now, Dave, I'm gonna send you an invite. You don't have to join if you don't want, but I'm gonna send it to you anyway.
Was you there, Dave?
Was you there?
Was you there?
I want to get Dave on because Dave remembers this stuff. I know. Anyway, let's see if I can get that. Yeah, but didn't we all get a bit of sort of bad gut from drinking way too many coffees?
Yeah, because it was shit coffee. Yeah, it was pretty crap. The coffee was pretty crap. It was like it was.
But why were we drinking so many coffees for? I can't remember. What you kept taking us to coffee shops for some reason. I just can't remember that. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Let's get Dave on because maybe he's the one that was taking us there.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's see if Dave joins. But we actually played a training game against Chile, didn't we? In the school. Is that where Renee used to play or something?
Yeah, that's all where my brothers went to school. Yeah.
Oh, did the three of you?
It was called Leon Prado, Instituto Miguel Leon Prado.
Yeah,
still around, and that was an outdoor rink.
Yeah.
Probably if Jorge Miranda decides to join, he probably would have played there.
Yeah, right. Oh, really? As in, like.
I don't know if you went to that school, but I mean, yeah. So you went to that school, right? That was an actual school. You went to that school, and they had all the programs, like basketball, whatever, soccer and hockey. And my brothers played hockey.
Yeah. Oh, it's classic.
Yeah, but no, I remember that. Yeah, that was a good trip. That was a good trip. And we remember when we went for that bit of an excursion at that mountain. Remember the mountain that we sort of went up?
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit of a tourist attraction or something. Little scale up there. Yeah. I'm going to see if just hang on to you. I'm going to.
Dave Caller says, I won't let me join.
Must be Queensland.
Probably because you're from Queensland.
Yeah, mate. You got to be in lockdown to join.
You need to quarantine. You need to prove you had your vaccine.
Have you double vaxxed yet, buddy?
I'm double vaxxed.
I won't let you join. Dave, I'm going to... I thought you were Mexican.
Let's see a photo of Claude pretending to be Gene Simmons.
Hang on. Jorge Miranda is here.
Ah.
Hello.
How are you,
Can
mate?
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. How are you, mate?
I'm in the show. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh, I see.
Hang on.
Okay.
You guys just keep talking for a
How are you,
second.
Jorge?
Okay. So I had to mute the Facebook because I get the second the feedback. Okay.
Getting feedback.
How are you guys?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, buddy. We're in lockdown, or I'm in regional Victoria, so not as locked down as everybody else.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's great. I did play in Instituto Miguel León Prado, by the way. You were talking about that.
Yeah.
2010 and 11, 2 years. Yeah.
Did you go to that school, or you just play for the actual? You play for the club?
I just play for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like the rival of the club that I was in with Bata.
Yeah,
but then I played there. Yeah. I started to work in Santiago and moved there later. Yeah.
Your uncle played in Bata, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, my uncle, my uncles, and my dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 uncles and my dad. Yeah.
I only remember one.
Hey, mate, how you going? Oh, hey, you good?
Good, and you, Steve?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Who's is your uncle Osvaldo? Is it Osvaldo?
No.
Francisco Miranda. No, they played together in the 80s, 78.
They used to call him Pancho. He had the same motto as Oh no! Used to.
So did he play with Renee? Did he play with Renee back in those days?
In the national team.
They played together in the national team. Yeah. So.
Cool.
You know, my uncle is was really good friend of what's the name of Stuart Little? That's the name.
Stuart.
He was Rob's related to Rob somehow here in Brisbane.
Oh, not Stuart Mellon.
Stuart Mellon, yeah, Stuart Mellon.
So who are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
My uncle, they met in Chile in the 80s with Stuart and Rob, actually.
Yeah, that would have been 1980, yeah.
Yeah. So before even getting to know the job I was applying here, I went to the rink there because my uncle told me about Stuart Mellon, right? And then somehow I got to Rob, and then I went to the ring and talked to them. That was a nice coincidence. I didn't know about hockey in Brisbane, actually. It was just a coincidence.
Yeah. So, mate, tell us what's been happening. Stafford closed this week, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That would have been pretty sad for everyone. So, what's the feeling like up there, man?
Well, it's because we're coming back to Chile. The third baby's coming. I haven't been very involved. But what I gather is like there are some hopes. I mean, Steve Capewell, maybe you talked to Steve Capewell. He's working a lot on potential solutions, and there are some promising ones. But that's pretty much it. Like for now, maybe play some time in DG on Sundays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hannah at least secure DG on Sundays. And then there is a school right next to the rink, and Steve Capewell has been talking to them, and there might be a chance that the tennis courts are kind of refurbished or as an option. So that's now. And the other option that is really promising, Steve still hasn't told me much about it because good things, you need to keep it quiet and then maybe just tell when it's coming, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, everyone in Australia knows how important it is for every club to keep going. I mean, Townsville's lost their rink this month end of July. So that's terrible as well. But I can see the Ghetto and the team are they're training in like an outdoor and an outdoor rink. Not a rink, but it's like he calls it the cage, which I think's awesome. You just got to keep rolling, as they say.
Is it like a basketball court, or is it like a netball court or something like that?
I think it's like a basketball thing, from what I've seen in photos. I think that's good, just keep the kids going. So what about you, Jorge, man? What's your plans? You're going back to Chile at the end of the year.
Yeah. I told you on the chat. We are. I have to come back to pay some scholarships that I got for my studies. And So in this.
And do national service? No.
I got to do some national service for you. Did you escape that?
So I had to learn from the Australian system, the roller hockey Australian system, and to implement it back there in South America. That was the
that was the plan. That was the whole plan. Come here. What I was going to ask you. Like, I suppose you can't speak for everyone, but what was the sort of like the vibe? The vibe from the Stafford players. Whoever was there on the last game or the last week. Or how many members you might still have. What was the vibe? How do you think they were feeling?
Yeah,
because you would have been sad.
Yeah. So there are, the club recently grew a lot in terms of senior ladies and men, and Hannah did a great job there. And most of them, my sense is that they were sad, but also hopeful that we're gonna have games on DG on Sundays. One of the hopes and one of the motivation was Steve's email about Australia Day Cup. So hopefully in April that can happen, because that's the motivation, have some games. And the kids, the issue with the kids is that the kids is the issue, because we were able to gather a lot of kids from that school next door, but the only way they can train is if it's next door. If we move, we will have to recruit again the whole process. So one generation might be potentially lost there. So, but the good thing also is the juniors that had quit, they came back to play, many of them. So in the end, because they were in the game because of these fun games, Australia Day Cup, that kept them going, those tournaments. So I'm hopeful that they might not quit completely, that they might come back if there is more competition.
Yeah. That's key, mate, is a purpose, right? We enjoy training, we enjoy getting together, but we love to play. So you have to have a purpose to go for, and even if it's 1 year out or 6 months out, we have to continue to provide every club, every player, every family, right, a purpose. And that's what I'm passionate about, is making sure that we continually have these reasons to exist. So some people ask me about the Australia Day Cup. You mention it. You go, why don't we do it in the first, in January? It's like, I just think it's going to be a bit too early, right? I don't think we're going to know what our travel things, restrictions we're going to have in place in December. So let's just plan for April, and then that gives us that opportunity to, make it a successful comp,
Yeah. How much notice do you need? I mean, because of this flexibility that you might need, could you suppose that next week everything comes back to normal? Can you say, what is the shortest amount of time you can say, okay, we do it in 2-3 weeks? What's the shortest?
2 or 3 weeks, you can, if everything will go back to normal tomorrow, then 2 or 3 weeks, 3 weeks is okay to get a competition going. So that's not hard. It just takes effort. But to get the Australia Day Cup going, that takes time. It takes a lot of time because there's a couple of reasons. One is the duration of the venue. You need it, so it needs to be available. 2 is there's a lot of work that goes into getting the venue right. Grandstands, and I know it's the shed and all that sort of stuff, but there's a lot of things that we do, right? We've got to clean this, we've got to fix that, we've got to, all that sort of stuff. And then the Australia Day Cup has been based on juniors and seniors with internationals, right? Try to make it a competition that attracts certain level, as well as being very inclusive. So if that is to be the objective, that takes time, because New Zealand's going to come. They need time to plan. They need time to come. They need time to book their tickets, things like that, right? But if it's just, hey, Stafford, Townsville, Gympie, Morty, Melbourne, for example, right? That stuff can happen a bit more quickly. So that's not that hard, it just takes some time and effort. So yeah. But we want to make Australia Day Cup a good one in April. So that's for those who don't know, that's in April 2022. But we're also want to try. Sorry, this is my view, and I suppose I was speaking on behalf of a couple of the other people I've spoken to. Is leading up until April, let's try to do what we can based on the conditions that we're in, right? So that's if Stafford fly to Melbourne and Melbourne fly to Brisbane, or Brisbane fly to Western Australia, or Townsville. Let's just do it. Let's just do some short notice sort of things. So I think that's what we have.
Very low risk.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
So what happens when you go back to Chile, Jorge? What happens? So you go back, you have your third child. What do? You get to put your feet up. You're gonna be recliner.
Yeah.
So you eat. What do you eat in Chile? Empanadas.
Tomorrow is our birthday, Claudio, right? The Chilean birthday.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Tomorrow I'm getting. Yeah, and maybe my son is born tomorrow. Maybe.
Oh,
that'll be
really.
And so that's it. Yeah. And empanadas. You got corn pie, which is great. I don't know, Claudio, you like corn pie or humitas?
Yeah, I like both.
Yeah.
Really?
I like
it too.
Not like Claudio to like food.
Yeah.
But coming back to your question, I have two options. Yeah. Option one, stay as I am, which is 8 kilos overweight, and just play the Masters, because the Masters there in Chile is 37 and plus, and I'm just 37, so I qualify. Wow. I may even play with my dad, and the league is well organized. They are super efficient. They're already playing in Chile.
Yeah.
And the other option is to play the normal league, but for that I need to lose the 8 kilos. So Cameron, I'm gonna use part of your fitness plan.
Yeah.
I've been watching ice hockey physical preparation. I don't know if you've seen that. It's super cool. Maybe some of that stuff is incorporated in Cameron's plan, but they are really pro and professional. The ice skating.
Sorry to change the subject there, but you just reminded me something. I don't know who it was, but did someone buy some ice hockey equipment, right? And you put it on the floor and you just slide from side to side? Was that?
It's like a training thing?
Yeah, it was like a training thing. And you just skated on the spot, but on a piece of plastic on the floor. And I think you did it with your socks or something like that. I don't know, unless
okay.
That just popped in my head. But
I know the one. I know the one you mean.
But I mean, was that one of our guys, when we were looking after the teams or something like that, or?
I can't remember. Rings a bell.
But you know what I was going to ask you? That you were sort of talking about, if we just sort of touch on a little bit on Staff. I mean, you guys sort of played a couple of championships. Which one do you reckon would have been the best championship that you experienced with Stafford, Jorge?
The Stafford? No, that's a good.
There would have been a tournament, there would have been a championship, or there would have been something, that, left a little mark on you and saying, wow, that was a good
He left a mark when he ran into Dion at the Champions Cup. I remember that. That one. They left a mark. You've got a scar somewhere, haven't you?
There is a photo of Steve Hoy pushing me.
Pushing you? I think I was holding you up. I think I was.
And
So what did
yeah,
Steve?
you were protecting me. You were holding me.
Now,
No,
there's a
but
bit
personally,
Yeah.
now
let me
Jorge's always
answer to Claudia. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jorge's always had a few situations that he sort of falls over from time to time and whatnot. So that was quite a few years ago. But I think maybe did you guys have a game the other day? Did you guys
Yeah,
you guys played the final game, right, at Stafford?
Yeah, with all stars.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but and this isn't a great photo, right? This isn't a great photo. So I could be really wrong.
My gosh.
But
let's have a look.
Is that
He's
something
there.
on the ground? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
Who's
was
that
a
on the
blue
floor?
card, by the way.
Who's that on
That
the
was a-
floor?
Oh, yeah,
That was generally the talented guys are on the floor. Yeah, I agree.
I
Is
don't
that
see
the point?
Steve. I don't see Steve Howie anywhere.
I know, you know.
No, this
I'm
is
sure
the
that
all
Rob.
star.
I'm sure that Rob was happy that you helped cleaning the floor, right?
Come on.
Right. I mean, you know, Rob likes got to keep the floor nice and clean, and good on you, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do I have
did
the? I can share screen too. Be careful.
Answer my question, though. Answer my question. I'm curious to sort of know, like, what championship or what tournament that you played in here in Australia with Stafford, for Stafford. It's something that, you know, that you take it back to Chile and go, man, this was good.
Yeah.
It's the one we lost on penalties. The 2019 or 19.
Oh,
the Australia Cup. Yeah. I would say that's the one we prepared the best. You know, we really prepared for that. You know, physically, tactically. So it was good. Actually, I guess I think in that tournament was the only time we defeated Melbourne 4-3 before the final, and then was the penalties where we were closer to each other. But yeah, I think it would be that. The one after was cool as well, was really good, but we couldn't prepare that much for that one. Yeah, and also with as a coach with the kids, we tied with Mordi in the last one, I guess, and we went to penalties, and I was really happy about that because the kids were able to have men on defense really tight against good players. Mordi had really good players.
Yeah,
that's what I always liked about your coaching, Jorge, is that you made the juniors play man to man, so they they would skate, and you know, even if they're not, in my opinion, being a coach, you want the kids to learn. If they stand still too much, they're not learning to skate, and you always made them skate. So that's a good thing.
It's always a discussion I had with many other people in Australia, right? Like. Even with you sometimes, Steve, about the zone or the, you know, because sometimes you got the diamond or the mixed one. I would prefer to lose 10-0 with men on, like consistent with the philosophy, rather than 5-0 in a box, right? Because you challenge yourself and you learn and eventually you get close to that.
I agree. I agree.
And what about you guys? What is the competition you enjoy the most? The Champions Cup here back in 2018? No?
I
think there was a guy that scored behind the cage with one hand, and then you were all complaining.
Yeah, I know. I remember you holding Geordie's hand.
Let me share the screen of that moment. Claudia was crying there.
Yeah, you've got it. I remember that.
But that was a good competition as well.
Yeah, that was good. And that was really, you know, from our perspective, we did a lot of, you know, we had a specific, when I say we, you know, from a Victoria point of view, you know, we utilize that competition in different ways to do different development and stuff as well. So it was good. I think, was that 2018? I was actually trying to find a photo. There was, I'm not sure if it was 17 or 18, but we had the, I don't know if you were there. It must have been 17. We actually had the presentation night at the bowls. There's a big bowls club that we had. Claude, I don't even think you were there as well. I'm going to find that photo. There's a photo, and you can just see everyone. And it actually, at that point in time, I thought roller hockey in Australia was back because we had like 100 or 200 people in this facility having a celebration at the night, presentation night. It was just awesome. So
which one was that? What year did you say?
I think it might have been
2018.
I think it was 17 because it was before the Asian Games. And I specifically remember, it was at 17. I specifically remember having a chat with Juan at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I said, Juan, we need to go to the Asian Games and we need to win it. We need our kids to have a team to look up to in the future to say, we actually won a gold medal at some point. We've never done that in Australia, won a gold medal anywhere in international competition. Like, we need that, other than Australia, New Zealand sort of stuff. Let's park that for a second, right? We need that. We need something that we can continue to talk to. And I remember having that. I said, Juan, I need you to be part of that, and he did, we actually shook hands on it. I said, mate, come on, let's go. And he did. He committed 100% to it and got it done. Yeah.
The importance of face-to-face interactions, you see? That doesn't happen online.
I know. That's true, man. That's true.
That competition was really cool. I underestimated the level of other teams, and I don't know. I thought that it was really easy for Australia to just win that, but it wasn't at all. It really required lots of work, and some of the games were really tough.
They were tough, man. And I mean, I don't know about your international travel history, but I can speak for myself, and Claude would probably agree, is that when you travel and you stay in hotels and you don't get the food that you want and you don't get the sleep that you want. So as a coach, you're going, at our best, we are here. But our reality is, with all those other factors, we're going to be here, right? Yeah. We're going to be here. Why? Because we just don't have the things that we would normally have at home. So we have to prepare to be the best that we can at that level. Now, in my history, we've always had people getting sick, and we've had people, whatever, right? What's the problem? When we were in Korea, most of us had to sleep on the floor. We didn't even have beds.
Really? I had a bed, and I gave it to one of the players because there was no beds.
What? Why?
Because in Korea, it's Korean style. You sleep on the floor. When I walked into my room, I had a bed, and I just said, all right, who didn't have one? And there was did everybody end up sleeping? Yeah, no, we did, because then I had to go and organize downstairs beds.
Yeah.
Remember?
I think some of the guys slept on couches, though. We ended up sleeping on blankets.
Yeah, we did. Like a little, like a doona. Imagine a doona. We slept on top of a doona.
Yeah. So that's
unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, no.
But other than that, Japan's a good team. India are a good team. We look at India sometimes and they warm up and they but these guys are used to playing in some of the players in some really shitty, really bad rinks, like actually literally outdoor, right? So they get to a place like Korea, and the floor, it wasn't the best, the rink wasn't the best, but for them no concerns whatsoever. Like, it is what it is. We're fine. Where Claude and I, as coaches, had to, for some of the players, manage the expectations. Like, guys, you just got to get on with it. I know it's not Stafford. I know it's not Dandenong. I know it's not Townsville. I know it's not, what we're used to in Australia. You've trained for 4 years. Don't complain about, don't let this get into your mind, right? Don't let this get into your mind that this is because we don't have tomorrow. We don't have the next day. We either win it or we lose it based on your attitude and your mindset today. But we're very lucky because we had a really good team and a good cohesive group. But in the past, I've experienced players that have just gone, I can't do this because I'm eating Asian food in the morning, Asian food at lunchtime, and Asian food at night. And I want a hamburger, I want my cornflakes, and I want whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they go, you've just spent all this money and all this time to get here, and you don't want to play, Yeah.
You know, you're right. You're right. In the paper, it might be something, but when you're there in a competition, lots of things can happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you don't mind, like I was watching the under-19 European comp, and it was like, wow, what about Australia? When is that? Well, what are we doing? When San Juan, Argentina, 2022? Is that the potential next international competition? Is it?
Yeah.
No, there's two
Okay.
steps. There's got the Asian Games first, right? Isn't that right, Claude?
Yeah, it will be the
I
Asian
heard
Games
that
first, but I mean, the main show it'll be the next World Skate Games, now that they're called, and that's going to be in San Juan. It's supposed to be, unless they can't afford it, and you'll probably go somewhere else. But who knows? But it will go
Claudio,
ahead. Yeah.
I heard that for example, the Asian Game type tournament that are like qualification for those are not going now, at least for South America. They are not going to do that, and the position you obtain in the last World Cup was gonna count. That's gonna count for the divisions. That I heard.
That is good.
Is that the information you've got from South America? Is it, Jorge?
Yes, officially from France in the Chilean team. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's good then. That's good, and it puts a little bit of clarity because, like we were talking about South Korea, we fought hard to make sure that we didn't finish last there, and we didn't in Barcelona. So that way, Australia, not so much Australia, but our region got to stay and keep that spot. Because if we would have dropped down to the other group, there wouldn't have been, no representation in the top 12 from Asia. So that is good.
Yeah,
that is good because that would have been a shame to lose.
That was an Egypt game, right? Against Egypt.
Yeah, that was our last game against Egypt.
The last
Correct,
one,
yeah.
They
that
are
was
in
really
Yeah.
But the World Roller Games, the World Skate Games, is really the pinnacle, right? For us is we've got to be strong in Australia. We've got to be strong in Oceania, which is against New Zealand. Then we've got to be strong in Asia, right? Like really strong in Asia. We just have to be.
Yeah.
What we can't do is skip any of those. We can't go, it doesn't matter New Zealand, it doesn't matter Asia. We just want to go to the World Roller Games. That's not beneficial to our local development. We have to continue to be strong in our region because that'll benefit us in a numerous number of ways. One is we have good competition we can play against. Two is that our country will go, externally, our country will go, wow, you actually guys are really good in your region. Soccer, like the Australian soccer, football, followed a similar model 10, 15 years ago, I think it might have been, where they really made Asia and Oceania really, their breeding ground of creating good competitions and good events, and that put then marketing around their sport, right? That enable them to go to the World Cup. So we've got to make sure that we don't lose that opportunity because, there's a good opportunity. And we can't kid ourselves either, Jorge. For us to go, we're fine, we're the best in Asia. No. We were last time, but we worked really hard. We didn't beat Macau 3-all, Macau's a bloody good team. We had to do a lot of work to win all those other games, right? So just got to keep that going. And we've lost a bit of momentum. We've lost momentum, obviously, because everyone's locked down and we can't train and all that sort of stuff. But we've got to pick that momentum up quickly. We just have to.
I think it's pretty clear that with the vaccination rate hitting 80% or 70%, things are going to be much better. I mean, in Chile, what Chile did, it's impressive. I mean, Chile started really bad managing the pandemic, but now they're doing really well.
Are they?
With the high vaccination rate and still people doing a lot of hand washing and social distancing. And the numbers are great, and the sports came back normal. And I think for Australia that should be the case in December.
I think so
we
too.
We should really be planning the preseason from now.
Yeah,
and next year should be really, really full on.
Yeah, I think you're right. In relation, if you use preseason as the example, right? Where are we now? September. we should have, in my opinion, and I've shared that opinion obviously with a bunch of other people, is that now's the time to get squads together, to get people together, to start having the conversation and putting some standards in place that we aspire to. We've got kids that are of the ages of 15 that are coming through really nice and strong. We've got players like yourself, that and others, Jordan's now Australian players. We've got Jordi Poblet playing in Spain. We've got, players around Australia, right, doing stuff. But let's get them
engaged.
competing. Yeah, engaged and competing against each other in the right way, right? What's our 3-minute trials? What's our strength and conditioning? What's our flexibility? All those sorts of things. We don't need to get together in the one location to do that. Not now. We don't have to. We can put in standards now and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we should do that.
Yeah,
right?
We've got to be smarter.
You need at least 2 teams, right? At least 2 teams in the province or in a region, at least 2, and then you got a lot, right?
Yeah.
And you got more than 2 teams. Jordan there in Western Australia, they have 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, they got 1. Yeah.
They got 1. That they are the ones that are maybe more isolated, right?
Yeah, it's hard. But I think Jamie's, he knows his hockey, right? He's been around the trap, so. And he's also probably experiencing what I'm experiencing as a coach in Melbourne, is that our smaller junior players are now senior players. They're young senior players. But, my boys, Will, Oscar, Sol, and these guys, they're all now playing seniors. So we've got them as well as our senior players now playing seniors. Yeah. And then Morty Alex in the same boat, right? All the kids are all up. So we actually have enough collection to have, what you're saying is those squads and players to do stuff, which is good.
So I haven't been super involved, but if anyone from Brisbane listening here, I think we should come back to this Brisbane Development League or just Brisbane League. On Sundays at DG, we got at least 2 junior teams playing as seniors. And then we got at least 2 senior teams. We could have at least 4 teams. And plus the ladies, we could have 6 teams in Brisbane. I mean, and who's going to organize that here?
Because you guys have really not really been in lockdown though, have you? Like, I mean, not lockdowns like we've suffered.
Right, very short one, right? We do the short ones and we mitigate it, and then we are free basically.
Because something, like I said, something.
What's stopping that happening, right? I mean, like you said, you're asking people in Brisbane to get involved, right? So what, make it,
So I don't know. I mean, it's from my understanding is that as we have discussed before, that there is this sense that the clubs need to get really organized between them. Like Green Gimpy with Stafford or Skate About or All Stars. Now they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can do that, but we really need some leadership that kind of settles that. This is the Brisbane League. This is the membership. I mean, no, it is there. Bem and Alicia already did that. But we need more marketing. We need to sell it in a way like people really want to be there, really want to belong to it, really want to keep playing it. Live streaming, all the stuff that you've done already in Victoria.
Yeah.
But for that you need time, you need passion, and that's a bit scarce in Brisbane, I would say, to be honest now. Steve Capewell would be the one that is working really hard for all people.
Yeah. I know Steve's great. And he's actually, I said to him the other day, actually I talked to him a bit recently. Got to be careful, Steve. I don't know if he's listening or if he's online or whatever, but he's got to be careful, right? He's doing so many things, right? So the more people can give him help, the better, right?
When he came to Brisbane, I told him, "You're doing too much. You have a family, mate." And now every time he surprised me. Like he does, and he keeps doing this stuff.
I know. He's so passionate, which is
somehow
great.
He gets it done.
Yeah. Good. Hey Al, how are you, mate?
I'm fine, and you guys, what's happening?
Hey, Al.
Okay.
How are you, Al?
How are you?
Oh, always busy, bro. Good to be here. Sorry I'm late.
What happened dinner, bro?
I haven't had it yet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just talking about Brisbane, what's going on. But Jorge, you're right, man. It's but don't. I mean, my suggestion is don't worry about the marketing. Don't worry about the streaming. Don't worry about not yet. Just get kids to the venue to play the games, right? And then from there you go. You know what? It'd be good to have, something, and then someone might put their hand up and get involved, and then the next thing, right? Step by step. But I do agree with one thing that we need now to help you with that, and that is purpose. Why do they need to get together? What do they get from doing that? What's the Queensland agenda that says that, well, in 3 months or 6 months, and maybe Australia Day Cup's a bit of maybe Australia Day Cup's an example, right? And I'm open to this as an option, right? So guys, we're going to have we're going to have state teams playing each other in the junior development areas, right? Victoria versus Queensland versus Western Australia. And we'll incorporate that into the Australia Day Cup. If that's what Brisbane needs, let's do it, right? that's easy.
Steve, if you do the things I was trying to say is that you can give the purpose without relying on this big tournament, right? For example, I started to play field hockey recently. Nobody knew this. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I got a photo of that too somewhere. Hang on, let me find that.
On the floor. There is one. No, and
You're scoring more goals now, okay?
Not even
Bigger
one
cage.
Eating the grass.
Not even one, I haven't scored yet, and I'm a forward. I almost scored. But you know what? They are super organized with these leagues. They got the Masters, the juniors, and you just really want to be part of that local league and play there, have fun, and without relying on the interstate one. So if we can do that's a first step. That's great. And we did it at some point in Brisbane, in the Brisbane Development League last year. We had a lot of turnout, a lot of people. But you need someone there, really involved and organizing that stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. You need people. And you slice it up and do stuff, and it's not easy, but it is. But actually, I found this photo. I found this photo.
Come on.
No, it's not you. It's not you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I found this photo though.
If it's not you, it's gonna be me.
It's out.
No, it's not.
He's coming.
You answer?
Guys, what are you saying? I mean, my garage is full of photos, right? I got photos everywhere, right?
Good grief.
Where is this?
That's New
Now, this is
Zealand.
one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite photos, right?
Was he there?
And it's not because I'm about 5 kilos lighter and Claudio's about 10 kilos heavier, right? In there somewhere, right? But why is it one of my favorite photos? Is that so, Jorge? This is the Trans-Tasman, right? So this is the Australia versus New Zealand competition, right? And this was in New Zealand. It was in Auckland, I think, wasn't it, Claude? Auckland.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I don't know. You know how good I am with names. Which number was this? This wasn't the first one that we sort of
2016.
2016, huh? Yeah.
So
yeah.
And the one that we resurrected was 2015?
No, 14.
2014.
14. Now, the reason I like this one is when we... yeah, I got skates on. Yeah. No, I like this one for a couple of reasons. But when we turned up, we all turned up. Well, for some reason, we were able to coordinate everything. We all pretty much arrived at the airport at the same time. And we all arrived at the rink together. We all had their uniforms. And this had under 14s, under 17s, I think was right, under 20s, ladies, senior men's, masters. And we all had our 20 minutes warm up and we all supported each other. And then we got this one group photo, right, all together. And we all supported each other and stuff like that. So it was just this united community of roller hockey people. Now, not everyone in Australia participated in that. Not everyone was selected for it. But what it did is created this united community that reinvested back into the sport, back into the clubs, back into the States. You know, and that for me was like a moment in time ago. I think, to my earlier comment, when we had the Champions Cup, which was after this competition, I was like, I feel like our community is now moving forward as one, right? And I think that's that's a really good reflection of it, you know.
Yeah, and then the return leg after that one back in Melbourne, that was huge. Remember, that was even bigger.
Then we had that back in Melbourne, and
it was even bigger. And then we had even Masters.
No, then we went to Gympie. We went to Gympie in 2018. No, 2018 was Gympie.
That was a great tournament.
Yeah,
that one I went to watch.
Great.
So, that was 18, but what about 2017?
I think we put it
this
on
was 16.
Yeah, I'm pretty
definitely
sure.
16, eh? Yeah.
So that's in New Zealand, and then the next one would have been back here.
No, it was 18. 18 was New Zealand because it was before we went to the Asian Games. It all happened in the 1 year. I think we might have paused it in 17 because we knew that we wanted to do something in 18. I think.
But you did it every 2 years, Steve. You did it every 2 years.
You had China.
We did it every year that year. Remember when we first started and we only took a small team across driving that van, Steve?
I know that's another story. That's another story for another time. 2014, where we went. But you look at this photo, right? Here's some kids from Stafford, right down here. Connor, I can't remember everyone's name, right?
Nick, Ben, Isaac,
Ben.
Check it, Jay.
Yeah, Isaac.
Hey, Jay's tiny there, right?
I know.
So small.
There's Crystal. Crystal, you still online? Give us a thumbs up or something. There you are.
Crystal is asking for more online content.
Is Crystal did Crystal play in the last game?
Yeah. Crystal is playing really well. Yeah, she stops a lot.
Yeah, that's a classic. There's Magoo, good old Reese.
Magoo.
And did I see Christy back playing?
Christy Garces, she's super involved. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
She's playing. She's playing a lot. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. There you go, Crystal.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Anyway, but that's important, you know, that we have these events because it gives you the reason for training, you know.
Yeah, and good memories too, you know.
Yeah, the kids are online. Get them online. That's what I mean. The kids are online. Get them online.
Get them.
Who's online?
Which kid is online?
That's what she says.
Give us something more, Crystal.
Is it your kids? You can see who's watching, right?
Producer going crazy here.
No, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, actually,
New Zealand trips were good, huh?
It would be great to listen to the kids. Sorry. Can you hear me? The main challenge is the juniors that are quitting, you know. So what these kids think about all this, it would be great to listen to.
Yeah.
Say the 16, 17 years old in Brisbane or Melbourne, whatever. What are their thoughts? How can we have them more involved? Max Cook is on TV.
Right. Gotcha. Make more content for the kids. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I thought you wanted them to dial them in here.
I'm not too sure. I'm just going to sort of it's a little bit of an in-house joke here, but Crystal wrote, Max is on TikTok. Al?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before? TikTok.
It's an app. Don't confuse that with the other one starting with T, Claudio, because you're going to expose yourself.
TikTok, eh?
What?
What's TikTok?
It's not Tinder. It's TikTok. It's fine.
No.
Oh.
Al knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was an issue with TikTok.
No. Just Al didn't know what it was. All is good. All is good.
Far out.
Now, Jorge,
Just get thrown
I
under
want
the
to show
bus.
you another photo and get your opinion on something.
I can just imagine
Okay.
what the photo's going to be.
Right? I
Yes.
want to get your
I can-
opinion on this photo.
I can
and
take
it's-
it. I can take it.
No, it's the Australian Olympic team, right? But I'm really I look back. Actually, this is probably more like up Al's. Al, I reckon Al would wear this tracksuit. I think you're brave. I think you're brave enough to wear this tracksuit, Al.
I'm brave.
Show the photo, man. What are you talking about?
Jeez, I'm brave enough. It's gonna cost
think
me
you're-
this. I can. Far out.
Yeah.
That was behind Stafford Rink.
Yeah.
That's
Rob
right.
told me the other day.
Okay.
On the grass, man.
But Claude,
On the ground.
now, I mean, first of all, Claude was in part of the Olympic team, right? Not many people were part of that, right? So that's kudos to you,
Claudius
buddy.
number 9. Is Claudio
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Mm.
Number
The flaquito,
9.
man, the flaquito, the skinny guy.
How old were you there, Claudio? Like 18?
Yeah, just turned 18. Just.
That's cool, Claudio.
Wow.
You played the Olympics.
Yeah. But were those tracksuits the standard tracksuits for all the Australian,
Yeah.
for like every team in Australia?
All the Australian team, got that. And
Well, that in
actually,
public.
I know.
fun fact as well, like
That's
see
not a
the
good
uniform that we got there? We never
Eh?
used that uniform. That uniform that we got on, we never used it. We had two alternative ones. We had a green polo and a yellow polo with the vice versa shorts, green shorts and yellow shorts. And they were actually the field hockey team uniform. And they thought, you guys are hockey, there you go, use this.
Oh,
And,
really?
yeah, you guys
Okay,
use
you
this
would have
and we-
been right in that.
And when we saw it, obviously we weren't too keen on wearing it. And obviously you got their number 2 there, Nick Galtus. You guys know Cos.
Where is he?
I don't know. Number 2 is Nicky Galtus.
Which number?
Nick Galtus.
Oh, Nick.
Number 2.
Number 2.
But I
He
mean,
lives
his
in
brother,
Switzerland?
his younger brother, or depends, is he younger or older?
Yeah,
He
no,
looks
Nick,
older.
yeah, because it's
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah, because he organised the uniform for us to be able to use, and it was the similar or the same one that the Socceroos
right.
used to use at the time.
That who used
So
to
that
use?
was the Socceroos
Socceroos.
at that time, and because he went through a lot of trouble and got the same one or similar one or whatever it was, and he organised it for us.
That's
because,
right, he did.
It was
That's
almost like, because he organised that for us. So I think there's another photo. Actually, it's another photo that you might have as well, Steve. That it's the actual team at the Olympics, and then you'll see with the different tops, because we never use these. I think, or maybe we might have used them for a training game or something like that.
Well, there you go. There you go. There's Brett Philpott, number 7. He was online earlier on, said hello.
Yeah,
Number 4 was Eddie Connolly
correct.
from New South Wales.
Yeah. So
Charlie.
Brett, and so number 7 and number 4, Brett and Eddie, and also number 10, the goalkeeper, Scotty, were from New South Wales.
Yep.
Then you had Chris Raggett, number 5, was the captain. Queensland, 6, Keith Rinke, Charlie, Queensland, and number 2, Nick, Queensland, but he was living in Switzerland at the time. And number 1, John Barr, the goalkeeper, was Queensland as well. So you had there 2 players there from Stafford, which was number 5 and 1. Which team did Nicky used to play for in Queensland?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, but
left
what was it?
Australia.
What was it called?
Oh, I had the Raiders. He had a team back in Australia, in Mount Cravat, and then he started a team that like, his sort of own team, like, as I understand, if I remember it. But Nick played some big time hockey in Italy for a while, and then in Switzerland for a few years, or for a number of years, a lot of years. So yeah, no, so he was.
And Charlie, Charlie was
we look at about international import, I suppose, Jorge, if you look back on those days, and Charlie, or Keith Rinke, number 6, spent a bit of time in and out of Europe, in Spain and Switzerland as well.
But what was his team that he played? I can't remember the name. Was this Mount Gravatt? Was it Mount Gravatt? No.
Yeah, Mount Gravatt. I think that's probably where he played. So his dad used to own that rink, right? The Geltosses used to own that rink.
Yeah.
So once he got into senior.
Now, if I remember correctly, I think the 3 New South Wales guys was Newcastle or Long Jetty. No, Long Jetty.
Was it Musselbrook though? Was Eddie Musselbrook?
No, or either Newcastle or Musselbrook, but I know that Scotty was Long Jetty and Philpott, I'm pretty sure, was Long Jetty. Yeah, and then you've got Shane Simpson, who's number 3, and Brendan Anderson, number 8, and myself, we're the Victorians. So all 3 of us were from Mordialloc. I used to play for Mordialloc when I first started. I played there for about 12 years.
Guys, can I ask you a question that's related to that, the international stuff? So, what about the following idea, to save the juniors? What if you send your kids to England for a year to complete studies and play with this? You know, the under-19 England team was really good.
Yeah.
Would they be allowed to go for a year to England with the actual restrictions, with the current restrictions?
It would be possible. It would be possible, but it would be a lot of hoops you'll have to jump through. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, mate, that always comes down to parents, right? What do you want to do with your kids? I mean, I sent my son overseas for a little while in Spain and stuff because I wanted that good experience for him. But
that might be relevant, very relevant, especially now, right? That they don't have much going on here.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's other complexities about sending people overseas at the moment. That I think we've got to overcome that before we could even. Yeah, I don't think you get anyone out of Australia really. Well, actually, I don't think you get them out. You just can't get them back in.
That train was moving before COVID. I mean, there was a certain age window where you suggested, Steve, that the kids should get the opportunity to go. And I mean, COVID really put the spanner in the works there. I hate saying it, but Tristan we were getting ready to send Tristan to Italy and Spain, and it's all over. You know, it's an opportunity lost.
Yeah.
It's sad.
How old is Tristan?
Just turned 16.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's that window period, you know, before year 11. What's it? 11 and 12, right? Or
Yeah.
The Australian years. So it's that year 10 kind of gap where you can kind of ask for a bit of time off. That was always the window period that was encouraged. So
now it's tricky. Yeah.
And I think it would be better to throw them in Spain and Europe, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, if you can go over but there's international schools there. So Will went to a school over there. Yeah, an English-speaking school. Was it English and Catalan or English and Spanish? I think it was. I can't remember.
Yeah,
he didn't really do too much.
Yeah.
He just hung out, right? For 3 or 4 months, however long he was there.
What an experience!
But he trained a lot. He just trained a lot and played a lot. He played in a league over there as well, so he got into a team and stuff like that. So he was lucky, you know.
Yeah, he came back at a great level. It was like huge.
Yeah,
jump.
Yeah, it improved him a lot, actually, a lot. So that's, you know, and there's just got to be more of that, right? We need a dozen kids. Actually, I was talking to Cos. You know, so Cos Geltos is the the president, right, of England. And he was telling me that between his seniors and his juniors, they've got 20-something kids playing in Spain, Italy, or Portugal, or France.
Wow. Yeah,
because
that needs to be happening. Yeah, that's important.
What does that mean, Steve? I mean, you say they're playing there. What, they're traveling and playing, or they're visiting?
No, they're living there. They're living there.
They're living there.
They live there and play in the league. Yeah, yeah. So England will be the next team that cracks into the top 10 or top 12, in my opinion. You know, they're just doing those things. They're getting their plays in those leagues. So that will happen for them. It will happen for them. You know, I remember playing Chile back in 1998, at the Worlds, and I think they won the Worlds in 1998.
The B World, yeah.
The B World, yeah, the B World.
That was in Macau.
Yeah, and you could just tell Chile had taken a different approach, which was a lot more serious about hockey. We're gonna be disciplined. We're gonna get the right coaches in. You could just see it in the team, and then after that, you could see 2 or 3 players or 1 or 2 players spending some time in Europe, and then that happened again more. That happened again, and then they would go up the next year to the A Worlds, and they'd always be 16th or 15th and 16th, and they went up a little bit again, and then they had more players in Europe. They would come back, they'd go up again a little bit. So they spent that was a 10 to 20 year journey, right? Going through that process, but they were very focused on it. Yeah. And that's what I was hoping we were moving to or aspiring. I've always followed Chile's model in that regard, and I thought, we've got to start doing that in Australia so that we can get somewhere, But we've sort of not paralyzed. We've just sort of we've been hit with this, issue that we have at the moment, right? So
it's great that England, which is closer in terms of language and relationship, that they are doing it, right? So that connection you are getting with England is really important.
Yeah.
You should be listening then.
Yeah.
So, David sent a message. You saw that?
Oh, did he?
Cordless.
Who did?
He's in the. He's ready to jump in. David.
Is he in the? Oh, hang on. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's down the bottom there. There we go.
Is he being waiting?
Hey. Sorry, mate. I didn't see you down there.
With Buster. Where's Buster, man?
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Put your mic on.
Nah.
That's
Not yet.
special, though.
Not if he can hear us. Can you hear us?
No. Not.
Yeah, he can hear us, but we can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Try again.
Check your laptop.
You know what you got to do? Unplug it and plug it back in.
That's good. That's good. That's good advice.
That's it.
There we go. Say that again. Nah, I can't hear.
Nah.
Right, put me in the background. I'll sort it out.
No, you're in. You're back. You're back. We got you.
You got me now?
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
do?
hey boys.
How's it, bro?
Good, bro. Hold on, I can't hear you now.
All right.
Can you hear us? No, no one's saying anything. Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm gonna have to
What's
move
with
the
the
laptop.
Queenslanders? What's with the Queenslanders and the old Apple earbuds? What's going on? You guys heard of AirPods?
My wife
Yeah,
has
no,
them.
technology up here, man. I don't think it's made it this far north. So,
Hey,
how you all
Dave.
going? Great
Yeah,
chat,
good, buddy.
Good
guys.
to see you, Dave. It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
it's been awesome to hear from all of you actually, and I think there's a few people online listening in, so it's been pretty good.
Oh, good, mate. Good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Mate, sorry, buddy. I just saw you missed calls. I started, you know what I'm like, mate. Once I start to talk, I can't bloody shut up. I've just seen all these
Yeah,
missed calls.
exactly.
So yeah,
No,
Got
but
a
I'm
new-
sitting here watching the
Steve's
football.
got a
so-
new iPad. It works so quick now. It's too fast for him to keep up. Oh, here we go.
Hey,
Where's that
David.
one? Is that the what photo is that one, Steve?
hang on, I'll get to that. Sorry, Jorge. Ask a question. What was that?
I was gonna say, Steve was making fun of me against the All Stars. You know, when I fell and.
When you fell over, I saw
But-
that.
But then we should keep that team going. You know, I don't know, keep the red All Star or change the name and play more games together. That was
Yeah,
fun.
definitely, it's been fun just putting the skates back on and having a roll around. But yeah, I don't know about that, but definitely want to get more back involved, whether it's reffing or administration side of things. So yeah,
Nice.
time sort of has given me that opportunity now. So yeah, it's been good.
That's great. But you
Good
play
to
really
hear.
well that game, David.
Yeah.
You could play. You gave a pass, behind you had eyes on the back, to
Yeah, exactly, mate. You never
No.
lose it. It's like riding a bike,
No,
mate. No, it was good fun. It was good fun to at least play the last game at Stafford and be involved in all of that. So it was pretty emotional for a lot of people. So
Bet it was.
it sort of it sort of put a bit of fire back in the belly, so to speak. So
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you for
good,
the thought,
mate.
David.
Who won the game, by the way?
The All Stars, you know.
a certain All Stars team.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
They had to.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty. What was the score, boy? It was pretty
The
close.
the organizers told us they had to win. You know, 7-5.
7-5.
I think it's 7-5. Yeah. No, it was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. So, Dave,
we were trying to. Sorry, I was saying we were trying to gauge from Jorge before what how people were sort of feeling, playing the last time at that iconic rink. Actually, Victorino Rodriguez was asking what happened to Stafford. So, if one of you guys just want to let him know.
I think it just got to the point where the lease was up. Jorge, is that correct? With Robbie.
Yes.
And he didn't want to renew. I don't know the full story, but obviously there's World Gym have now bought the lease, so it's actually turning into a gymnasium.
Okay.
So from all indications, just looking and hearing from people around Stafford, the last 3 or 4 weeks had been just a solid community of skaters, all the disciplines actually coming back out to support Robbie. And I think the last couple of weekends it was actually sold out, the each session, to the point on the last night I think the lineup was out the car park and nearly up around the corner up on Stafford Road.
Oh wow!
And, Robbie physically had to go and tell people from a certain point that they couldn't make the session. Or so, mate, it was a very big sort of rally for all the skating community, and I just really hope they find somewhere where they can get back to playing hockey. So I know there's a few people out and about trying to find that venue, but yeah, let's all work together, I think, and keep the sport going up here. So
I was blown away how many people were actually, when we saw you last, Dave, how many people were waiting outside the rink.
I saw that
when we finished playing. Unbelievable. Out there along the wall and, like you said, around the corner. But I mean, it was just to come roller skating. I mean, wow. How's that timing?
Yeah, it's crazy. But it just goes to show the popularity of the sport, whatever discipline. It's certainly growing again. But
it's on the up again.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge part of the development of roller hockey is embracing all the skaters. I mean,
absolutely.
Whether they skateboard or inline or whatever it is, I mean, it's so important to use those avenues to expose the sport, and say, hey, have you heard of roller hockey? It's just, there's got to be so much more unity involved in sharing the sport.
I agree. Yeah. Actually, we had few sessions combined with the inline guys, and then they play with us, and then I think few of us also train with them.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I think once or twice we had the inline guys at Melbourne there. Hey, Steve, they were playing before, after you guys, and the first thing they were commenting when they were watching us, they would chat to me on the side there when I was filming, and it was like, geez, you guys are fast, They didn't realize, or some of them don't even know the sport exists, how we play it.
Yeah.
So there's lots of people out there who need to know about it.
And you did it at some point, Andrew, you did it with some videos, to show how dynamic, how different is our sport. I remember there was a video of this Italian guy, the forward, the blonde guy, her. There was a play, me, Jordan, and he, and he somehow took the shot. He was in the pose, all that situation. You had it in a very short video,
Did I?
And
okay.
or maybe Steve, I don't know, but that was part of some of the short videos leading up to the next Australia Day Cup. I remember.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is that
some promo
there are a
reels or
lot
something.
of maybe, but there are a lot of we can take advantage of the dynamic of the sport that is very different to field hockey. I hated field hockey before. Now I enjoy it because you need to run a lot and it's really fun. But in roller hockey, that's a lot of stuff. The ball never goes out of the ring. It's super dynamic all the time, going and coming, and we need to take advantage of that. When people see it, they are like, "Wow, this is really cool." As you said, you need to get out there.
Someone told me roller hockey is the fastest team sport in the world. Is that true?
Even faster than ice hockey?
That's why I'm asking. I heard it and I was like, wow.
Come on,
what?
That's an interesting question to answer.
Fastest team sport.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Now, Jorge, you said you played Dave on the weekend, and you were quite impressed with some of his skills, were you?
Yeah, you want me to show you the video?
Well, do you know that Dave also played for Australia, right? More than once.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So let me just share you a photo. I got a photo with Dave in it.
Why does everyone get worried when you go to share a photo?
I know. Let's have a look. What do we got here? What do we have here?
What do we got here? I've got like a collection of. So this is.
Oh, okay.
You guys see it?
Good grief.
Number 3.
Now you never knew Dave was so skinny, did you?
Dave is number 3. Oh my god.
Yeah. So here we got Dave Hodgett.
Nah.
So from the top there we got Benny Weber. Next to Dave, his name is Benny Weber.
Number 6.
And Benny.
No.
That's not Benny Weber.
No. Then we got Dave Corliss.
4.
Number 6 is Carlos Fernandez. Number 5 is Number 5 is Sean Tuckett. Number 8 is myself. Then next to me is Chris Shah, the coach at the time. Underneath we got Stephen Hoey. Then the first goalkeeper next to Stephen Hoey is Kiwi. What's Kiwi's name?
Tony.
Kiwi.
Tony. That's it. Tony.
Tony Wheeler.
That's right. And then we got Pedro. Pedro was a Portuguese goalkeeper that moved to Australia. I'm not too sure how many years ago, but he was living in Western Australia at the time. And then we've got Leslie. Leslie.
Listen, why are your eyes closed, bro?
Man, I'm just like I'm probably holding on to my phone or something.
What are they closed?
I'm holding on to
I'm
probably holding on to my phone.
But Dave, we went over with 6 players, right? That was actually as teams go, right? It was a really
you know what that is? You know what that is?
You remember that?
That's Uruguay.
That's Uruguay.
That's Uruguay. That's Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay.
Wow.
And we played in the El Cilindro in what was it?
Yeah. First World Cup.
The cylinder, and the floor, remember, was a wooden floor. It had gaps about that big on the floor. Your stick would get stuck on it.
I remember playing in that competition in this old thing, and I was defending, and a bat. This is a word that I tell some stories, but this is not a lie. A bat was flying. Like a little bat, it's about that big, just flying in front of me, right? Like I'm defending between me and the attacking. It was a bat, and I'm swinging my stick at this bat. I'm like, what's happening?
It is the fastest sport, right?
We went to Uruguay a couple of times to play the B Worlds, didn't we? We went there a couple of times in a period of 4, 5, or 6 years.
Mm. Did we play Uruguay as our first game?
First game I think we did. Yeah, the opening game of the
thousands. It was a big crowd too.
Yeah, and they're throwing all these little firecrackers and stuff like that. Yeah. That was really aggressive as we were coming past.
Maybe that's
What
why
was
my
the score
face is
then?
like that, man. Because I got hit in the face with a firecracker or
Yeah,
something.
Claude copped a few firecrackers in the face.
What was the score against Uruguay, guys? Did you
I mean,
win?
I don't
or-
remember.
It
I don't
was
remember.
There's only one goal, 2 goals in it, I think.
No,
What was it?
6-7-4, maybe.
Yeah,
6-4,
yeah,
maybe?
yeah. It
At
was
that
sort of,
time, Uruguay had a good team, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We actually, it was a close. It was, so it wasn't a blowout or anything like that. It was sort of goal for goal for a little bit. It's always hard with 6 players though, too. You know.
Yeah. Guys, before I leave, let me say 2 things. One, there is something going on between Steve and Dave here that's very interesting.
Oh,
in
sorry.
the photo, I see Dave number 3 and Steve number 4. Now, Steve, you have on your back number 3. What happened there? What do you do?
Well,
You
I
got
have on my
Dave's
back
number.
number
On
3.
your background, Steve, on your background, you got
Yeah.
number
hanging
3.
Why you have
I'm just honoring.
Dave's Australian shirt?
Yeah, I'm honoring Dave.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know the other thing, I went to visit a friend the other day here, and with the kids, and we went riding our bikes somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm passing by a place where there was this nice mural, like painted, and then there was a. It was a place where Les passed away, you know, and I
Yes.
didn't know. I was just passing by.
Oh, really?
And then I saw the whole thing, and then I read. Oh my gosh, goosebump!
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Les, you know. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And I haven't even met his dad, or I know that he's been around Champions Cup at some point.
Yeah.
But everyone really loved Les. That I was like with goosebumps, you know. It was crazy. That was really emotional time, even for someone I didn't know. You know? But yeah, that was really a moment. I think he was a defender, was he, or an attacker by number 9? What was his position?
I don't think the numbers 3.
Yeah, more of a defender.
Yeah.
He was a defender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve used to play a lot of pranks on Les.
Okay.
What's Scene up to these days, Dave? You in contact with Scene?
Yeah, listen, we speak occasionally, probably, birthdays, all that type of stuff. But yeah, listen, he's going well. He's back in Townsville. Yeah, just enjoying life, and
Okay.
yeah. So he's going really well. Hey, talking about that photo, a funny story. Claude, do you remember when we flew into Chile? All right, so Jorge, we actually flew into Santiago and spent some time in Chile before we came to Uruguay. We actually played the Chilean national team at that outdoor rink you guys were talking about before. You know, but do you remember Claude arriving there and Renee saying to everyone before we went to customs, "Hey, mate, do not do anything stupid. You know, blah 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 blah." And Sean raised his hand to her to salute, like just being a dickhead. And yeah, they took him away. They took did they take you away, Claude, or did they took Renee away? Like, yeah, it was just a stupid thing, and he saluted Renee.
They showed him. They showed that to Renee because
That's
I mean,
right.
in
And
Interpol,
they interrogated him,
but that used to happen to my brother a lot.
Yeah, Kiwi had to show his police badge and said and actually started talking to the police. And I don't know how it worked because Kiwi can't speak Spanish or anything, or whatever, communicate over there. And it was like 45 minutes, man. We didn't know what was going on. We hadn't got through customs yet, and we're going, "Seeing you, idiot! Why would you salute?" And, it was just something that always stuck in my mind. You
Yeah,
know,
but it was a little bit more of a coincidence because Rene's obviously Munoz. There was an Munoz looked off by Interpol, and every time he used to go back, so Rene always used to get pulled aside and make sure it wasn't him.
Wow.
But when that happened, and they showed like you're here with this group, and but you know the funny thing about that as well is I don't know whether it was that trip because it's happened a couple of times when we went to Chile and Rene got pulled aside. You know when you're in customs, right, and you're waiting in line, all right, to be the next person. And I don't think this was the first time or that time there, but it could have been a different one. I'm going, where am I going to stand? Because you know how you got to enroll for the national service, right?
Yeah, right.
Because I was here in Australia, I never enrolled, so I enrolled the last minute, and I had to, for me to be able to enter Chile, I had to make sure that I had all my paperwork. But my paperwork obviously was delayed, and I didn't have anything on me, so I only had a little receipt saying that I can't remember what it was. So I'm going. Lining up and I'm going, where am I going to line? So I go and line up behind my brother and go, anything goes wrong, my big brother's there and he'll save me, So he goes there. So he goes there.
Rene would have left you for dead, mate. Come on.
So what happens is Rene gets pulled over, gets grabbed, or not grabbed, but you know, they say, oh, come with me, and they take him to a room because the Interpol situation. So they've got to make sure it's not him. And there I am. I'm watching my brother go into this room, and I'm next, and I'm going, "Oh fuck, what do I do?" I go, "If I stay here, they're going to realize we've got the same surname. They might grab me as well." So what I've done is I was like next, so I've gone like nah, and I went and lined up somewhere else, and I 10 people deep, and I went and lined up over there. And they still ask me questions like, where's all your paperwork, and I showed them, and I think it was in the system, but yeah, I remember I was just like shitting bricks, really scared.
Interesting.
That is. Yeah. So, Dave, you're also working on this other committee with Ashley and Steve. And how do you explain what's happening there? What's happening with that one?
I think it's just the best way to explain it is we're looking at options for skating venues, I suppose. And it's early days, and it's just people that are interested and want to be involved in growing the sport. And Steve has been a massive driver capable of taking it off the ground, so to speak. So trying to get different people from different backgrounds involved, trying to basically set up company by limited by guarantee to basically approach councils and all that type of stuff. Try to look for vacant blocks of land. We're looking at every option, and I probably don't want to go into too much detail, but it's just something I think people that love the sport love roller skating in general. So so we sort of get together every couple of weeks and talk about a few things and put a few things on the agenda, and it's starting to grow. It's starting to get some traction. So we'll see what comes about that, and
that's great.
That's good, mate.
Steve has been doing a lot for the sport. We really need to support people like him and people within the club, and if you've got 5 minutes, if you've got 2 hours, if you've got any time to spare, for the love of the sport, that's why we're all having this chat today. There should be more of it. That's what I'm saying. It's
no, you're right.
Everyone should. Sorry,
mate.
No, I was going to say everyone has a voice, within our community. Don't be afraid to throw ideas out and get behind people. That's the main thing. There's been a lot of years gone past where people have different opinions, but we need to put that behind us and really just sort of have a collective where we can all sort of have an agenda and everyone work to that same endpoint, I suppose. So.
Yeah, you're right. And I think it's fair to say, the reality is no one gives a shit about our sport more than the people that are in the sport.
Yeah, correct.
So the only people that can make a change and make progress in the sport are the people in the sport. No one's walking around the streets going, I think I can help roller hockey do something, rink hockey do something. They're not. It's up to us. And I say the us is the wider community, right? We've just got to do it. That's all we can do,
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, just
sorry, Claude, keep going.
No, I was just going to say, just completely off the subject now, but I was just going to ask, Dave, when was your first championship? Was that in the home bush? Was that when you
would have been
juveniles?
Sydney, probably 89, 90.
I think 87.
Yeah, I was pretty small back then, mate.
Yeah, no, because I think you and I played on the same.
Claude, I played my first Australian team with yourself, Danny, Dino, and who's the brothers from?
It was Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
And their father was the coach.
Mitchie. Aaron Mitchie.
I heard Aaron Mitchie's around too. Actually, that's another conversation. Sorry to digress.
Yeah. So I was a young, probably 12-year-old playing junior against New Zealand.
We played juveniles,
I probably would have been about 4 foot tall, and it was quite funny. Everyone sort of looked at me strange and thought, "Who's this?"
This little kid.
It went pretty well, I thought.
Steve played in the juniors.
Danny Falabella, is that the one? And
Danny.
Then Brian Cook, or no?
No, Brian
Thompson.
Yeah. I think that 1990 maybe around that time.
No, it was 87 or something like that, man. It would have been 87, 88.
Nah, man.
What time did you start, Steve?
89, 88, 89.
All right, maybe it was
early 90s club because I think I started,
Could have been 89 then. It could have been 89.
Because I know, like you were saying before, we had the Nationals in 92 in Townsville. And like you said, I think there was 2 division seniors.
Yeah.
It would have been easy 15 teams up there. But that was around the National League time, I think, as well.
Yeah,
was that
I remember that.
Yeah. But good times back then.
The National League.
Yeah. That's a whole other conversation, I think.
It's another whole other conversation we should have.
Yeah.
You might have to drag some photos out. I might drag some photos out for you.
Yeah, send me. And anyone else who's online's got any interesting photos, send them through. I want to. I'm just getting a collection of them, and made available to everyone really. But send them through because we've got an ocean of them, and every one of them has a story, right? Every one of them has a story, and the kids are growing, and people are doing stuff, and people are no longer involved, but they sort of were involved. So anyway, there's some great stuff there to look at. Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
So anyway, guys. Okay. Might be that time of the night that we get back and say hi to our families.
I know.
Anyway, we're trialing something new by just getting together and having a bit of a chat and see if any But it's great to get the comments on the side as well. So good on you guys. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for this, guys. Nice to talk to you.
All right. Let's stay connected, guys. Keep the positive spirit going.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
All right. See ya. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining, Dave. Thanks for joining,
okay.
Thanks for joining, Al.
See you later, Al. See you, Claude. See you, Steve.
See you, guys.
See you, mate.
Might see you Sunday.
All right, I'm coming off. My thing is gone.
Yeah, you're gone blurry, buddy.
Yeah, I've gone blurry.
It must be. Maybe you've maxed out, as in you're only good looking for an hour a day or something. And you're sort of.
I know. You turned
into a pumpkin, mate.
I'm gonna run around. I've lost my slipper. All right, that's it.
All right, man. Have a good one, buddy. It's good to
Have
catch
a good
up.
night. Catch you,
All
mate.
right. Take it easy.
See you, mate.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye.